And then another viral video was Spurrier. You're looking at the manna from football heavens, right?
I know. God grant me Steve Spurrier.
Spurrier radioing his play in, telling the quarterback to tell the receiver to catch it this time. Was just fantastic.
So we ran the preseason. We filmed all the preseason games during the Pro Bowl weekend. And Steve, at the end of the game, you know, they're running their, you know, third string guys to see who they're going to cut, et cetera. And they're playing against San Antonio. And San Antonio starts getting back into it, or San Diego, rather. They start getting back into it. They're getting close. And Spurrier, who's mic'd, turns to his coach and goes, "We want to win this game, right?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Get the starters back in there." And he puts the starters in and then says to the quarterback, "You want to score a touchdown?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, just sneak that baby in there. Just sneak it in there. He's best. God blessed us with Steve Spurrier.
Well, and apparently, Tim Tebow revealed in his press conference with the Mets this week
I saw that
Spurrier's constantly calling him to play.
Listen, Steve Spurrier is a indomitable force, and he is not to be stopped. And you know, Tim called me. Tim called me after the press conference. He's like, "Hey, I got a lot of questions about you and Spurrier calling." I was like, "Man, we'd love to have you. If you're going to play baseball,
right,
you should." I mean, look, it's a completely different skill set now. He spent a couple of years doing it. He and I have had, I don't know, half a dozen conversations. We spent a bunch of time at the Super Bowl. I respect what he's doing, and I'm impressed by what he's doing. I mean, how many people are even close to capable of doing that? But yeah, if he wants to come back and play,
sure. Well, I mean, look, when the NFL Network first broadcast a Thursday night football game, as you know, the announcers in the NFL Network, the first ever announcers in the NFL Network booth, were Bryant Gumbel and Chris Collinsworth. And I would proffer to say this: when the NFL Network was 3 weeks old, which in a way, despite the 3 years of preparation, Charlie, that you've put in, your league is just 3 weeks now coming up this weekend of showing the product to the general sports viewing public.
100%.
There's no way just 3 weeks, 3 months into the NFL Network that Bryant Gumbel or Chris Collinsworth would have said, "You know what, I don't mind being part of that. I don't mind my brand that I've built my entire career being latched onto that."
100%.
So maybe a year in or something, that's when Tebow, if he's done with baseball.
Keep in mind, though, our goal is to be a developmental league for the NFL. Our goal is to get players back to the NFL. It's why we created the NFL out in our contracts. It's why we only have NFL head coaches. It's why we create a system. All 32 teams have sent scouts to all of our games.
They have.
Yeah. So, and they came to our training camp. We had a section in training camp that was just for NFL to be able to do what they needed to do so that they could see the players and see the officials and see the coaches. We just sent John Kitten to the Cowboys. So what we're looking for is players who want to get back into the NFL. If Tim decided he wanted a shot at playing in the NFL, which is not his ultimate dream, he should play for us because that's where he can do it. Any player that wants to do it, we're fully supportive of that. That's why we exist. If you want to play in a spring league that is not about getting back to the NFL, do that. But for us, if you want the ultimate dream, and look, our goal, Bill Polian and I and Tom Dundon, which is a remarkable thing about Tom, is Tom didn't just come in with money and infrastructure. He came in with a full understanding of what the vision was, which is to stand on the sidelines of the Super Bowl next year and say, "I knew him when. He won the Alliance Championship, and now he's playing in the Super Bowl. Find me Kurt Warner's." You know, that's where our head goes. And nobody's ever attempted to do that before, and I think that's why we've been able to win, because the player quality is better.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.